And they just kept pounding her chest and giving her rescue breaths until the paramedics arrived. And I just kind of found myself on my knees praying and crying, telling Nora to come back to her body because she was gone. She had no heartbeat or anything at this point. We went to a little cookout for Father's Day. It was COVID, so no one was really doing anything. It was just kind of our little core little group that we kind of stuck to. And we were originally, outside in the pool. Nora was in her little puddle jumper. Everyone moved back inside, and I started, feeding. I had a 4-month-old at the time, and I started feeding her, and the kids were kind of running around. And then after a while, I kind of looked around. I noticed that I hadn't seen Nora. Then I kind of heard a voice in my head just kind of say, where's Nora? And then I almost ignored it, and then I heard it again telling me that she was in the pool. And it felt so strong. It was just, I could hear it. And so I just kind of stood up and I put the baby down. I was like, where's Nora? Can go check the pool. And that's when we found Nora floating in the pool. I was more in shock. It kind of felt like it wasn't really happening. And it was almost like time froze in those moments. It was about 10 minutes after we had called 911 that they got her heartbeat back and they intubated her. I had not known any of this when we were following them. I just knew that, last I knew was that she was still getting CPR and that we were following behind the ambulance. Even then, I still was in shock. I was just kind of calling people, and then when I got into the hospitals, when I broke down, it really kind of caught up to me. One of the ER doctors came in and started telling us that, she was pulling out her intubation tube, which was a good sign. And then they sent in the chaplain who, prayed with us and kind of encouraged us. And then there was one doctor who said something to me that actually helped me personally. He said, don't sit there and wish you could turn back time or do the shoulda, woulda, couldas, because it's not going to help Nora. And I remembered that, and that was the one thing that it helped me the first few days, was just him saying that. We were there for 17 days. We'd never left her side. It was always one of us, always there, and they gave us a Ronald McDonald room for the first 5 nights, I think. One of the nurses, I loved her. She went out of her way to kind of take care of Nora. And then there was one day she came in, she mentioned something that no one else had, kind of saying, it looks like Nora's suffering from delirium. And that's kind of why she's, still withdrawn into herself. Doesn't seem like it's so much neurological to her. And her saying that was the first it gave me hope that there was still more brain activity in there than originally thought. Regardless, what we went through, and we couldn't really have family there, it made me comfortable, and it made me more at peace within what we were going through, knowing where we were. And it kind of became like a little mini family for a short period of time while we were there. They were just all so supportive. The children's hospital is where my kids need to be, and the fact that she didn't need to be, air flighted out to a children's hospital, I think that was part of a fast recovery too. It only was an 18 minutes response time, from when they got the 911 call to when they arrived to MC, the children's hospital. And I just think that that's, a testament to her recovery. She's doing what I want her to do. She's loving life, and she's just happy, and she's healthy, and she's a kid. And I just want her to have the world, After what she went through, everything she does is just an accomplishment to me.